A Kevin De Bruyne stunner was enough to hand a dominant Manchester City side all 3 points against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. The visitors began the game on the front foot, boss in possession and looking to get forward at every opportunity, but were unable to make this dominance show. Antonio Conte suffered a blow when Alvaro Morata was forced off, clutching the back of his leg 10 minutes before the break, with Willian taking his place. City continued to press after the break and got their reward when De Bruyne unleashed a sweet left-footed drive from outside the area to put them 10 up. Pep Guardiola's men were able to close out the game and jumped above their neighbours United at the top of the table after temporarily slipping down to second place. Here are 5 talking points from Stamford Bridge. 1. De Bruyne does it again. The Belgian celebrates his goal image. Reuters. For all of City's dominance for the first hour, they were unable to break the deadlock. But in Kevin De Bruyne they have perhaps the finest player in the Premier League and a man who can unpick almost any lock. His 67th minute stunner was a worthy winner, as he drove through midfield, devouring the space in front of him before firing a left-footed stunner past his international teammate Thibaut Courtois. Expect the Belgian to have a big say in the title race this season. 2. Delph can do more than fill a gap. Delph impressed at left-back. Image AFP. The inclusion of Fabian Delph at left-back has been one of the more eyebrow-raising moves from Guardiola over the last couple of games, but the former Leeds United man has equipped himself well in City's starting 11. Energetic with crisp, tidy and efficient passing, Delph performed his defensive duties with aplomb, including an excellent interception just before the break. When City were in possession, he would come in and help overload the midfield, giving his attacking teammates another outlet. Guardiola has said he may be forced into the transfer market in January for a Mendy replacement, but Delph's form could see City save a few £1 million. 3. A contrast in styles. The two managers showed their different styles. Image Reuters. Guardiola and Conte approached this game in 2 very different styles. Chelsea began the game trying to tempt City and by inviting them to come at them with the ball in the hope of exploiting the space they leave on the counter. But the pace and fluidity that Guardiola's side showed saw the visitors dominate the first half, as Chelsea were unable to carve out many openings. That meant when Morata went off injured, Conte turned to Willian to try and force matters, but it was more of the same at the start of the second half. De Bruyne's goal eventually forced Conte's hand, with Batshuayi coming on as Conte reverted back to his tried-and-tested 343 formation. But City were able to switch into game management mode and hoovered up the points. Chelsea 0-1 Manchester City. Recap all the action as it happened. 4. Christensen keeps Jesus at bay. Christensen was able to keep Jesus out. Image Darren Walsh. Following Sergio Agueró's prang in Amsterdam, all eyes were on how Gabriel Jesus looked up top for the visitors. The Brazilian was not looking as sharp as we've seen him before, struggling to impose himself on the game, with Chelsea's 3-man back line, shepherded by the solid and composed Andreas Christensen, operated a bend-not-break strategy in the face of City's dominance over the first hour. Most of City's attacks were focused down the right through the triumvirate of Sterling, Silva and De Bruyne, and it was the Belgian who made the breakthrough on a quiet evening for the Brazilian. Christensen ready to repay Conte's trust. 5. Ederson looks the part. Ederson was excellent between the sticks. Image Mike Hewitt. City goalkeeper Ederson now has plenty of Premier League minutes under his belt and is beginning to look very comfortable between the sticks for City. An excellent take from a corner halfway through the first half was an example of how confident he is in the air, while his quick, accurate distribution will please his manager. After last season's troubles between the sticks, Guardiola needed to do something this summer and he looks to have got it spot on.